Alright, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the slight delay, but welcome everyone to the VX Page series. This time we have with season 19 on the line, guys. You know how this all works. $100 on the line, ladies and gentlemen. We are gonna hop into the Miramar match as fast as we possibly can here. And yeah, guys, we have a beautiful lineup here that I'm seeing right now. We have a beautiful lineup. We have about four Maldives teams and the rest all of them from Sri Lanka here. So yeah, we're gonna have that kind of diversity over here in this VX paid, guys. So we've already completed the Erangel match. We are going into the Miramar. Then we have the classic paid rotation over here, the Erangel, Miramar, Rondo, Miramar, and Erangel. So two Erangels, two Miramars, and one Rondo, because Rondo, the new map in rotation, that's gonna be what we're gonna be having like in the page normally from now on. So yeah, guys, um, we yeah, okay. So we will go into the match now. In there's going to be Miramar, guys. I have absolutely no idea what happened in the Wrangle match, but yeah, let's see how that actually gives the team that momentum here in this Miramar match. Now, obviously, it's going to be change of scenery, a change of scenario. The map is going to be very much different over here. We can see the plane path going in from the south, near the South Island, just to the west of Patona, and it's going up towards the Cobria side. And the plane path pretty much favors the western side of the map, so we can see places like Impala, Truckstop, Ellasa. Those are going to be like really difficult places to reach here, considering the plane path. But yeah, we have some teams jumping out all the way towards Patona as well. Team going towards Cruz de Val, Valdemar, and yeah, guys, so everything happening in regulation. We can see the first zone presents itself as well, and it's going to go up towards the northern side, a bit towards the east. So we can see El Pozo losing its position here, and yeah, probably not going to have a part of the zone when it comes down to the next couple of zones here as well. So now this is going to be interesting because most of the teams here, it looks like they will have to opt for an out of zone drop location here, and we might just see many rotational fights happening just to rotate in towards the zone, get a decent position, get a decent advantage really early on in the match, so that yeah, nothing much is so that there's nothing difficult to worry about or anything that's sort of going to be a disadvantage later on. Right, guys. So yeah, we have four more matches here in the VX Paid League. It's $100 paid, guys. So I'll know how this works here. So yeah, we have the team ISSL coming all the way towards Hacienda side. They made it somehow or the other, and yeah, they are looting a small split over here. Regulation split that they take. Normally they go towards the Hacienda side, but now we can see actually one hit RLX, they have gotten eliminated out of the match really early on here, and yeah, unfortunate exit for them as well. They go out in the 21st position. Um, and yeah, kind of unfortunate scenes over here. But right now, talking about ISNRC, they are moving towards the Hacienda side, and they are not alone at all. There are going to be some players in the forward side as well, going to give them a bit of trouble. But moving on, Chumasera side as well, with some action over here. Two teams facing up against each other. We do have the Max Daddies over here, and they have come over to Chumasera. They still have a four-man standing, so it's going to be a big advantage for them when it comes to the push over here. Yeah, moving on even more towards the Hacienda side. So the Hacienda side has been captured by LF Katsai. Now, yeah, this is usually a drop that has taken by ISNRC, and it looks like they have just given this drop away over here, and they're gonna let LF Katsai actually keep the position. But right now we can see MRG VDT They've got a knocked out player over here, but the revive has come out. The knocked player does have the one elimination to his name. Shamat with the momentum for the team here. And right now, MRG VDT just looking over towards that side. The push is going to come over here from PLQ. They're not going to hold back at all, ladies and gentlemen. We can see the push is about to come in, and MRG VDT have a lot on their line. Right now, smoke's being thrown. There are three players for TLQ in this compound, and then we have MRG VDT with the two players, and we have a man covering in the deep as well. So yeah, let's see how this push actually takes place. We will see definitely that TLQ will try and be the first aggressors over here, but right now passive game played by both of the teams, MRG VDT and TLQ. I think the push is going to come in. We can see inching forward is TLQ, and we can see Shamat with the knockdown over here gets a knock, and right now Whiskey has to come in for the support. Try and not let the team loose over here. Another knock coming down. Shamat this time getting knocked out over here, and that gives a decent opportunity for a revive to come over here. The revive has to come out from Sasha, but right now it doesn't look like that's happening. And I don't think he's able to figure out that there is a player taking the revive of the player that he knocked out already. Kind of late right now, but the push is going to come in. MRG VDT getting a couple other players. We can see another player getting knocked out, another one getting knocked out right now. The last player standing, Rain. All of a sudden, TLQ in a high advantage position over here. They have a chance to wipe out MRG VDT really early on in the match, guys. We're not even 6 minutes into the match. Let's see how this works, guys. We can see Rain coming in. Oh my goodness, with the M16, and I think he spots a couple of players up on the mountain as well. Now this is not at all. Sham, all he has to do is just swipe to the left a bit, and he will. There we go. He overcommitted there, but yeah, definitely there's going to be sort of not a free elimination, but I guess an elimination for the taking. If you can get it, you must definitely do. And right now we can see VX Esports just sort of working around this area, knowing that there are a couple of players over there that they can potentially take the eliminations off. But it's TLQ, guys. They're a good team as well in this position. No vehicles, however, so that's going to be a bit of an issue. But let's see how the team works towards getting out of that fight and winning the situation overall here. Yeah, TLQ Legends over on this side. They have two people in the bag this time, and right now we can see Lakia with the 2 eliminations for the team as well. We have Whiskey as well, trying to heal up as fast as possible. They're not out of comfort yet, guys. Only 2 eliminations has been confirmed, and right now yeah, no way to find out where all the other players are. Unfortunately, they're just holding the position, not trying to do much over here. You can see Freeze MVP getting a small feeling that there are enemies there right in front of here. LF Katsai now with the push, and Susti gonna go down just like that way, guys. And we can see Molly crawling in for the revive, and we can see Lucifer now coming in from the other side to see if he can pick up some eliminations over here. But yeah, quite unfortunately, VEISSL NRC is definitely not going to be in a good spot at all. LF Katsai, they need to keep on working a masterclass. However, we can see Lucifer coming in from this side, and he just cleans up the entire compound like it's absolutely nothing here. And we have Doom and Lucifer coming in together and picking up 4 eliminations just like that way. Still seeing TLQ over here in this compound as well. TLQ Legends. Let's see, guys. Mini 14 shot spraying towards. Unfortunately, couldn't get the connection there to take a knock even, but they'll definitely be looking to do more of those. Still have VX Esports guys over here on this side, just looking towards the compound, not really engaging, not really even sure whether there are. Okay, I think Shimi is going to try and deliberately burst up the vehicle just so that they aren't guaranteed a method of escape in towards the circle. Yeah, guys, I think however, they do have another vehicle. We can see, or maybe that is just the vehicle, but yeah, quite unfortunate. Not much of rotation around would have been able to be done there, and it's just wise enough for the players of VX Esports to back out of this position here. And Teku looking over towards this compound as well. Everyone just trying to settle down here, trying to find their position inside the circle. Because right now it's just stage 2, and there is going to be some rotations happening in just a bit. So let's see how that one is going to work over here. Apex Snape getting shot up from the side as well. Try not to give away his knock, right thing to do there. Yeah, unfortunately, we do have a knock over here on Teku, but the revive is going to come in, no problem. And the spray is going to go down, but unfortunately, none of the shots actually connecting the way that he would have liked it to. What a shot from Janam over there with the M416 double headshot, just like that way to get the connection over here. And right now, yeah, C and D Apex in a fight right now. It looks like there's some nades coming in from all the different angles. And we do have Anteku as well. I think they are in the vicinity, but they're going to move away from the squad that they see in the front over here. It's not going to be an easy fight there, but yeah, they kind of try and move, find a uh, circle safe place over here, and it looks like they have done it. Right now, we can see, I think, yeah, the second closing, and we'll move on to the third. Let's see where it does go. It does go up north over here. So RB squad DXB, they will all have very decent possibilities to go into the circle. But yeah, still moving around, guys. The people. So yeah, let's see what 2D and L7 will be able to do, especially in the players of this caliber, right? We can see Sudumanika hopping onto the M416 4X right now. Just get the knock, and unfortunately, Slayer will have to go down over here. And yeah, Sudumanika is still at one elimination for the team. So let's see how he will be able to do, considering trying to work it out, coming over here and seeing whether rotation around the gas station, trying to see if they can make it happen. But yeah, Molotov being thrown in. Let's see, the nades are a lot from these people, so they'll be just able to chuck it, and they might just even get a knock here. We can see that yeah, kind of unfortunately, the nade even, sorry, I think the Molotov even is going to come off there as well. Let's see how they feel, guys. Let's see how it works. Yeah, nothing much still happening, guys. We have 56, 54 players in the lobby right now. So let's see how they are all going to fare. As we can see, the stage 3 zone is going to begin to close here. Here in this situation, we do have about 3 teams lined up together. We call esports. It's not going to be that easy when it comes to Miramar here, but let's see, the zone after going up towards the north has taken a shift towards the eastern side of the map with mountains. So everyone will be rushing towards those mountains. See if they can get a pretty decent position over here, whether they can use utilities, use throwables, whatever it may be. You can see so many knocks coming out right now. The shotgun shots didn't connect, but yeah, we looks like we do have an ISS NRC player uh, concerned about what had happened, but these players coming in as well from all the sides. Here, TLQ Esports Aslan getting shot up quite a bit, but he gets knocked down right now. TLQ Esports definitely going to look in for some medical support as far as possible. Guys, now we can see stage 4 actually coming to a close over here. 5 seconds left. You can see this compound here on the western side of the circle. It's actually becoming really congested, and right now the zone is actually going to shift up towards the mountain side, the mountain area. So it's a high ground clash over here, and that's going to be really interesting to see how the people from outside the zone is actually going to find their way inside, because most of the teams, they would want control of the hill, but right now it looks like it is going to be VX Esports that's going to be very much in control of this hillside. Yeah, but guys, unfortunately for all of these players, they will have to try and find a way, otherwise they'll be caught to zone here. You can see a massive push coming in towards Lucifer. See if he's able to get this one over here. He takes one down underneath. You see the push is going to come in. Push is coming in for most of the players, and Lucifer is trying his best. Another one gets knocked out right now. He reloads, tries to go in for the push, but yeah, unfortunately from the outside, it's going to be covered nicely. JF going to be a bit difficult, guys. Nine eliminations from the XB right now. They're looking to take the chicken dinner in style over here. Another name being thrown out, but unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be good enough to take the knock. But its AUG shots connect really nicely. It's able to take a couple of eliminations over here, guys. Right now we have 11 people remaining, guys. 5 teams. Who do you think will win, guys? Drop your thoughts in the live chat below. Let's see how close is your prediction. Who do you think will win this VX Played season number 19? Your zone is just getting much more compact than it is right now. We had see L7 as well, and we can see TLQs as well. This is going to be a gatekeeping position. Right now, Panda is all for it. There we go. The gatekeeping comes from Scout, however. It's going to result in a push towards his area. Now the knock comes down, but the play zone has so much advantage. Three teams left, guys. It looks like TLQ, DXP on the hunt for that Miramar win, guys. We do have two TLQs over here still in the top three, with 8 players remaining. Sorry, it's 2D, guys. It's 2D. It's not two TLQs. There were two TLQs in this matchup, but not gonna be here in this. And now we have the zone actually coming in for the push right now. DXP has to move out of their position, and we have a high ground advantage here. DXP has over TLQ. They're gonna use all their utilities, it looks like, and smokes are just beginning to come out. Yet the zone is pushing them in. But the scout has a nice knock, but AJ is going to come out from the other side and knock out the knocked out itself. But he had the off angle from Yashan, and he picks up those two eliminations. So now it's 2D versus the last player of TLQ over here on this side. One of those nets will have to connect. They're going to hope on it. They're going to count on it. Yeah, the nades are going to keep on flying over here. Still not waiting for any risky moves to be made. The nades are gonna come out, smokes are gonna fly out as well. And right now we can see Sudumanika coming in for the push, and he gets knocked out over here. And the last player standing now, Scout. Revive will have to come from 2D Esports to not make it a 1v1, and right now it's a 2v1. See guys, Shan as well over here. But unfortunately, it's not going to be Shan, it's going to be 2D Esports instead of TLQ Esports. That's a major upset, but they take the winner chicken dinner in this VX paid season number 19. $100 on the line, Miramar match. They're able to go chicken dinner, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so yeah guys, winners of this match is going to be 2D Esports. They take away the Miramar. And yeah guys, brilliantly well played. Even until the last moment they were able to still have the man advantage there. And was not easy. However, they were able to successfully do it. This time, Lucia with the 2 eliminations, Sean with the 3, Dax with 1, and Sulmanica with 2. And yeah, all of these players had a part to play here. And yeah, I guess either way, good teamwork from the winner chicken dinner team. MVP of this match is going to be TLQ Wizard with 7 eliminations, 1307 damage, 2 assists, 397 heal, and survival of 27.20. Grand Finals match number 2 is going to be TLQ Wizard, Lucifer, AJ, Doom, BX Star, all going to be on the leaderboard here for the most valuable players so far. So yeah, guys, top fraggers as such. We have the hash fund going to 2D Esports with 18 total points, DXP with 16, Navy NRC with DX Esports with Regitson with 8, Oli with 6, with 4, Team Exposed with 3, 2 for El Tatsa and UFF Esports, Max P4S. So yeah, God's match. Here's the match rankings after match number 2, guys. So yeah, good opportunity for DXB and 2D to actually keep on coming out at number 1. Or actually in the second place, which is not that bad at all. Consistent points is definitely the key to playing against all of these teams. You need the consistent flow of points, and definitely that can be seen by TLQ, 2D. You can see ISNC, VX still amongst the kills, but yeah,